Alright, Shalom. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to apostles slash elders, which are GMS, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching, enduring truth, and sincerity. I want to do a lesson today, Salakia. Um, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Raha Kodash. So with that being said, I want to get into this lesson today. And through the Spirit, this is the year of prophecy. You know what I'm saying? And but the Spirit just been hitting on me to get into one of my typical type of lessons. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just been bothering me. I was like, nah, I gotta stay in the prophecies, which we do. But I must needs get this off. And this is basically going over the name of the lesson is you cannot speak yourself into existence or a position. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get it misconstrued when you see somebody in a certain position and you think that you can unsincerely achieve that spot through like the in the Maccabees when old boy had seen the Maccabees getting down, and he wanted to get his own name, and he wanted to go kill an elephant. Well, he actually did a action to cause his death because he went out without the Lord's say so. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say, basically, you can't be out here. It's not all about getting a name for yourself. It's about going with the course of the river of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So don't get into the mode of thinking that you have to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this scripture. I wouldn't even, it always happen. You know what I'm saying? So let's see here. See here. I'm going to the book of Galatians. See here. Trying to hurry up and do it, and I don't want to rush too fast and get ahead of myself. This is what the scripture says. Galatians 6:3 says, "For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself." You know what I'm saying? So you got to know who you are. It's not about trying to outdo or one up the next person and do. You're supposed to go with the flow. And now we're gonna bring out some scriptures to edify in that category. Okay. So we're gonna bring out. I'm gonna start out with this one. We're gonna go into Ecclesiastes, the 32nd chapter. I want to start at 1, but the point begins at 3, all the way to verse 14. It says, "If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest." So this aspect is talking about you're the coordinator, you're the head of the camp, you're the captain, you're the general. You know what I'm saying? So it says, if thou be master of the feast, what's the feast? When we go on the highways or the byways, when we're out there edifying, you know what I'm saying? It is order. Definitely, it's always order. But we're coming together to feast. You know what I'm saying? It says, be among them as one of the rest. Take diligent care for them and sit and so sit down. So basically, when you're at a dinner, you eat at the dinner. You don't have to be extra because you're the captain, or you're the head honcho. So you don't have to be extra. You don't have to make an entrance. You don't have to always be the one speaking. You don't have to just be extra. Being the extra, like, oh, I'm the one running this. General Yohana heads up. Like, just come together and eat. What we're eating. We're out here bidding to the marriage. You ain't got to be extra, but like just over zealous about what you're doing. Do it in sincerity. All right. So verse 2, it says, "And when thou hast done all thy office," what's what I would say is order. What is your office? If you're a captain, or you're a head of a camp, or a general, or a second in command, or whatever, it says you do what your duty is. If your duty is to hold a sign, your duty is to make signs, your duty is to organize sit downs and things like that, take your office. It says take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast. If your job is to make the turkey and to bake the turkey, bake the goods. If you want to saute, your job is to saute the veggies, and your job and one person's job is to prep. The chef don't sit there and see somebody cutting, then you say like, stop, let me show you how to cut. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's imperative that person is shown how to operate. The chef don't sit there and try to put his hands on everything. The chef makes sure that the things is going right. The guy that's baking don't go over there on the saute because you got your office. You know what I'm saying? So as a leader, a captain, general, as a leader, you perform your office. You know, if you out here speaking, you don't grab a sign and hold up the sign and show somebody else how to hold the sign. You know, you reprove them and get them on their job, and you keep on speaking, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you're in a camp, you don't play when you're the head, because you got to organize. All right, because you're coming to the feast, right? It says, verse 3, speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music. Now, when you're speaking, okay, it's talking about edification, highway speaking, exhortation, you know what I'm saying? But what it says, and hinder not music, you know what I'm saying? See here. See what the scripture says. See if I can pull it up. Oh yeah, First Thessalonians 5:19. It says, very quickly, quench not the spirit. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the spirit not be on the leader or whoever's the head of that camp or whoever's in that leadership position at the time. It might not be the spirit might not be on you to play the music. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture, this chapter is going to get into it. It's all about the flow of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? All right, just like with David, you know what I'm saying, or Moses. There was a time where was King Saul and the Jonathan the armor bearer. It wasn't on the spirit of King Saul to lead the show. He put the spirit on him and the armor bearer to go out there and win that battle at points, man. You know. And you can't just be like, oh, you don't go out without me saying so, and you trying to outshine me and this and that. You know, it's not all about the shine. It's about the music. Don't interrupt the music. Hinder not the music. So another aspect is when you're on the highways. Just because you're the head and somebody's getting down, the spirit is moving with them. Don't mean I'm the head, so I'm gonna interrupt them and and I'm gonna show everybody I'm the head so I could run and know it. Don't hinder not the music, man. Or when you're the head of whether you're the head or you any brother, but in this particular chapter, in this particular verse, it's talking about when you're in a leadership position, right? And the brother's getting down, the spirit's moving. Don't interrupt it. Don't you see somebody playing the guitar, don't jump in with your trumpet, and say, yeah, I could play too. Let them have it. Let them have that shine, because it says, hinder not the music. This is what it says next. Pour not out words where there is a musician, right? And shew not forth wisdom out of time. So you see somebody playing the guitar, strumming, getting down, and he be like, well, I'm a musician too. I'm going to show everybody I'm a musician too. I'm going to stand, next to him, like on Cadillac Records when they was playing, and then old boy came out with his guitar and he started playing and challenging. You don't do that type of shit, man. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Where he getting down and he's not as good, and guys on the accordion, he was getting down, and so he pulled out his guitar and he stole them from him. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that, because this while the music is playing, you don't talk over the music. Oh man, see, that's a Kid G. Oh man, he should have played a riff like that over there. Like, enjoy it. You're fucking up rotation. You're quenching the spirit. So if somebody's speaking and they're getting down, and you're like, yeah, that's say that up in that chapter. and that goes up and shut the fuck up. Let the spirit flow, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know and you showing everybody that ain't good, man. It's not good. All right, it's not a good look, dude. So, and I'm not saying to anybody in particular. It's just a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. So just let the spirit flow with the course of the river, because it says it in here. It says, "Pour not out words when there is a musician." Okay, and shew not forth wisdom out of time. Okay, verse 5, it says, "A concert of music and a banquet of wine is as a signet of carbuncle set in gold." Right? It places nice and fluid. What you do with wine? You consume it. What is wine known as? The truth. What is this concert of music? It's truth being projected. So while you at this concert, don't try to interrupt and get on stage and show them I got a song too. No, sit your ass in the concert, let them have the show, and sip your wine. They're projecting it. Receive it, man. Let it flow. Receive it. Okay? Because it's times where brothers will get too proud and want to be a part of something when the Lord is not giving you. That's not your time to shine, man. Okay. All right. Verse 7 says, "Speak, speak, young man, if there be need of thee." Now he's going to the younger brothers. "And yet scarcely when thou art twice asked." All right. You shouldn't be quick to be full of words in front of people with wisdom, man. You're wasting time. You're wasting precious time to retain a valuable energy. You know what I'm saying? You missing out on a lot because you're trying to show somebody that you're somebody. When a man think himself ought to be something, he must know that he is nothing. You know? Humble, that's what it is. Humble thyself, and thou shalt be exalted. Exalt thyself, and thou shalt be abased. Okay? It says, "Let thy speech be short." Right? Comprehending much in few words. Know your place. And when you know your place, regardless of how much you know, you shut the fuck up and see how things move, man. Whether you're in a leadership role and somebody above you come, if you're the captain or you're a sergeant and the lieutenant comes, you're used to telling everybody, 10 up, left face, right face. Hey, the lieutenant's coming. You hit your shit. Get your ass in attention, because it's time for you to fall the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying. Don't be that person like you walk up to the lieutenant because you in the room and you trying to show everybody that you in charge too. All right? That's pride, man. The pride does that, man. Okay? It says, "Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth." All right? Because sometimes a person above you may be speaking on something that you know. That don't mean you say, "Yeah, that's just like such and such." Or somebody might be bringing out a scripture, "Oh, that's in such and such." It says, "Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue." So when somebody's speaking, especially when they're in authority, you just shut the fuck up, man. And as a elder or a elder to that particular person, if the spirit is moving with them, you sometimes you shut the fuck up. You know, especially like from my experience being on the highways, you can see the spirit on somebody and then it's moving, and you're like, "Yeah, that's just like," and you trying to join and then move with the flow of it, because you got the authority to do so. No, man, let them have it. Let them have it. You know, "Oh yeah, this is my camp." No, like let them have it. Sometimes the spirit will leave you, and you just gotta, give it to that person. "Here, man, come here, come up." You know. All right. See here, verse 9, it says, "If thou be great among great men, make not thyself an equal with them, and when ancient men are in place, use not many words." Man, you should be as younger men. I've been in both positions as being as me being the head of the camp, and as being around brothers that are ahead of me. You gotta know what's your goal. Your goal is to be efficient. What it says, efficient in thy office. Where it says, in verse 2, "And thou hast done, and when thou hast done all in thy office, let me see here. I wanna. Yeah. I read verse 1 again. It says, if thou be made master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest. Take diligent care for them, and sit down. And when thou hast done all thy office, take thy place, that thou mayest be merry with them, and receive a crown for thy well ordering of the feast. That's the whole point, is the well ordering of the feast. Not showing somebody, yeah, I made this over here, this shit bomb, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Let everybody eat, man. Somebody might like to drink more than the fucking the turkey, man. You gotta shine. Always gotta fucking shine. Just chill out. You know? That's Jake. Always gotta shine, always gotta one up, and always gotta just chill out. Let everybody eat. Let everybody enjoy the food. Damn, man, this fucking shit bomb, ain't it? You trying to like, kind of nudging me like, you know what I'm saying? That was me that did that. Who the fuck cares when it's all about feeding everybody? If you came there to feed everybody, you wouldn't even let nobody know that, man. It's just like when you exercising and you working out, you on social media showing yourself sweating and running and shit. Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for the fucking world, man? Because if you're doing it for the world and they don't approve of you, ain't gonna do nothing but fucking break or get mad and say everybody hating and all that other crazy shit. So the same thing with the truth, man. When we're out there and we're putting ourselves as a light before the world, so it's hard to decipher whether it's a person's doing it for the shine or they're doing it in sincerity. Now, once you get into the truth in depth and you're in the sincerity, you can decipher the difference, man. But a basic person cannot. That's why they can't tell the difference between GMS and IUIC. We're both out there in the light. We're both projecting ourselves similar, but you can tell when somebody's doing it for the shine. A title like such and such burns up Atlanta. You're doing it for the shine, because you ain't shit to be burning up nothing. You ain't tearing up nothing, man. It's the spirit of the Most High that's moving. That's the feast, okay? It says, let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words, be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. That's Sirach 32:8. It says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man, a respectful man shall go favor. So you want that favor, it's to be respectable, man. Speak when spoken to. No order, man. All right? Rise up betimes. And be not the last, but get thee home without delay. So get up off your shit and make moves, man. Take thy pastime and do what thou wilt, but sin not by proud speech. You can go off by being out of order, man. All right. And for these things, bless him that made thee, and have replenished, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and have replenished thee with his good things. Whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline. All right? If you respect the Lord, you receive his discipline. Order, knowing when to speak, knowing what to eat, knowing how to treat people. That's the discipline. That is being a disciple. Okay? And they that seek him early shall find favor. All right? So I'm going to go to this next scripture in Sirach, same book. The 20th chapter, verse 6 through 8, it says, some man holdeth his tongue because he have not to answer, and some keepeth silence, knowing his time. All right, some people just don't talk because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Some people don't say anything because it's not appropriate to say anything at that time. You'll have people where you'll say something and then people will say, yeah, and then just say they'll say the same thing just in different words. Just to say, I know that too. So fucking what? It's been said already. You're too late. The spirit didn't hit you to say it at that time. All right? It says a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity. But a babbler and a fool will regard no time. You just say it. Cut a person off. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you not to cut a person off in the midst of their speech. But just to show, yeah, I know something. And you just, I see it all the time. Just get overzealous, especially dealing with niggas. It's just like, you just blurt it out. It's like, sometimes you just got to shut the fuck up and pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? I be at work, they be like, man, he don't talk much, man. Because I'm observing my surroundings. I'm trying to figure out who's who, man. And you do that by being quiet, not by asking people a lot of questions all the fucking time. Sometimes, most of the time, people will give it to you, man. Okay? So verse 8, it says, he that useth many words shall be abhorred. Always got something to say, always running your mouth, man. If it's not your seat, if it's not your office to be running your mouth, don't be talking all the fucking time. You know? Just like had a situation where a younger brother was just talking around, you know, the pastor. The pastor's like, man, motherfucker getting on my nerves, man. And the person wasn't even talking, like, he wasn't even saying nothing wicked or anything. He was just talking too much. Like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying? Roll with the spirit. Observe, you know? It says, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. So, yeah, like taking authority that's outside your means, man. You know? Like I watched Dragon Ball Z, right? And when Goku picked up the little motherfucker Zeno-sama, man, you know what I'm saying? In reality, he went completely off. He took himself authority, just grabbed, basically Goku grabs the person that's supposed to be Yahweh, basically, and just grabbed him and shook his hand like on some regular shit. Because that's what he felt like doing, and that's what he doing. It was a joke to him, you know what I'm saying? And that's what niggas be doing. They'll see men of high stature, and you trying to make yourself equal to them, so you approach them, what's up, and hey, man, what you want to eat now? Man, it's on. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Slide your money on the low. Try not to be noticed. You know, and observe and listen, man. Like when we went out there for the Passover, man, I'm just like a fly on the wall. I'm just trying to shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen. These are the people that raised me to the point I am today, and I'm right in front of their face, so I definitely don't want to say nothing stupid. And I feel like anything that comes out of my mouth is stupid because they're men of renowned wisdom and stature, man. So, you know, shut the fuck up, eyes open, mouth closed, listening, seeing how they operate, seeing what their tendencies are, so I can pick up and utilize them things. Not saying like, yeah, man, I remember like telling highway stories. If they ask me about a highway story, I give them a highway story. Besides that, I'm trying to vibe with you because you got something that I want. You know what I'm saying? Which is that wisdom, that discipline. You know what I'm saying? What I see when I click on the videos. What got me to this point, you got that. So I want more of that, you know? So that's the type of spirit you're supposed to be in. Okay, moving on. Sirach, yeah. So I want to get it, Sirach, 37 and 18. It says, for four manner of things appear good. Four manner of things appear good and evil, life and death, but the tongue ruleth over them continually. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. All right, because that's why it says some people speak wisdom out of time. You know what I'm saying? And this is another angle of it where you just projecting knowledge, but you're just telling somebody something that somebody told you, or you're doing something that you've seen and you're giving it to somebody, and when it comes to you, you don't have no faith, you don't have no discipline, you don't have none of these things to reflect that. You're just a mediator of information, but you're doing it to represent yourself as a source of that information. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, somebody bring up stones and you're like, yeah, that's like this stone, that stone. You just heard somebody else talk about that stone, and you hang around people that deal with stones, and you heard them deal with the stone. Now you hear somebody else, and you're like, yeah, that stone do this, and that. You're just a relay of information, because when somebody see it, they be like, well, where your stones at? You know what I'm saying? You know, when you got the truth, you're around one group that you know deals with the truth, and they're heavy and they're into their real discipline, and so you go around somebody else that either they're more disciplined or not as disciplined, and you're like, yeah, man, that's just like, you know, when the scriptures say you're not supposed to shave your head, and yeah, man, that's in Leviticus, man, that's in the book of the law, and you got a fucking bald head. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You're just a relay of information. Who taught you that? That's what a person thinks. Okay? So there's one that is wise and teaching many, but and yet is unprofitable to himself. Okay, there's one that showeth wisdom in words and is hated, he shall be destitute of all food, man. It's not about it's not about showing, it's not a knowledge bowl. It's not about showing off your knowledge. It's about uh, exalting the feast, you know what I'm saying, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And a part of that is being sincere with yourself also. Okay? I'm gonna read the rest of this, and I'm gonna get this last example. It says, verse 21, for grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. Another is wise to himself, okay, and the fruits of understanding is commendable in his mouth. So a person that's wise to himself, that, you know, it says a person that don't treat himself right, how shall he treat everybody else? Okay, so a person that's wise to himself, he shall be commendable with his mouth. And the word commend means to commit to one's care. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you're committing to one's care with your speech. You make sure that you tell a person a certain way at a certain time. Sometimes you pull a person to the side. Sometimes you don't say nothing. Sometimes you let, you know, just for the progression of edification. You know, just like, you know, me being a boxing coach, I see somebody boxing and they're doing all kind of shit wrong. They're punching one punch out, one punch, the other hand down, the other hand out, chin in the air, the feet is wide. I don't sit there and say, this is, you're doing all that. I say, you know, get your balance right. I start with the most important thing and let them get their balance right. Their hands are still down and still striking like that. And then eventually, once they get their balance right with their feet, then I say, okay, now pick that hand up. And then I work on their keeping the hand one out, one up, chin down, you know what I'm saying? And then you progress it, and then you progress it, and then you progress it. Because when you overload with somebody with a bunch of information, it's hard for them to retain it. What is your goal? Is to show them, oh, I know this, this, and that. This is how smart I am. You were knowing, you ain't know how bad I was, did you? You know what I'm saying? I'm a bad dude. You ain't got to do that, man. What's your goal? To make that person effective or to show off? Okay? So I want to get this last scripture, which is my first scripture, but this is my last scripture. This is an example of somebody that wanted to show off and was in it for the wrong reasons. Okay? Acts chapter 19, verse 11. It says, and the Most High wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul. Paul was shining. But Paul was doing it in the sincerity of truth of following the course and the feast of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, so that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the disease departed from them, and the evil spirits went out of them. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them that had evil spirits the name of the Lord Yahushai, saying, we adjure you by Yahushai whom Paul preaches. So they said, oh, Paul's shining. They try to play their horn while Paul was doing his music. Instead of just enjoying the show, Paul is exorcising these demons out. That's the whole goal, right? You want people to be healed. No, I got to be me too. I'm an exorcist, so I got to, you know, Paul exercising. Oh, time to join in the exercise with him. No, like, you're supposed to enjoy the music. Your exorcist, watch the exorcisms happen, man. But no, I got to shine too. All right? It says, and there were 7 sons of Sceva and chief of the priests. Okay? And when the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them. All right? So they fled out of the house naked and wounded. So at the end of the day, when it came time to the get down, they were not equipped to deal with the adversities, man. That's why you don't want to speak yourself into a position, because when you do that, now you're responsible for that position now. You know? If you speak just to a position as one who has authority, when somebody comes and asks for your help, you're required to do so. So that's why it's important to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted to shine, but they weren't ready for what came with the shine, man. You gotta be sincere, because you're in a whole different level of battle, man. So don't draw attention to yourself that you can't handle. Go with the flow. Stop trying to be a me too. That's how to protect. Just let it flow. Let the Spirit of the Lord, let the Spirit of the Lord's music play and enjoy it. And when it's your time, the Lord tell you, pick up your guitar, pick up your horn, pick up your saxophone, get on stage, play your heart out, man. That's what you're supposed to do. Wait your turn, and when your turn come, be ready. You know what I'm saying? Because your turn will come. Don't jump before the show, because you're going to have to show out, man. And when you do it out of turn, you will never be prepared, man. You will never be prepared. All right? Because it's out of turn. The Lord made the times. And when you jump up ahead of the time the Lord prepared you for, you will never be ready. So just hope you brothers edified through that. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Raha Rakar Kwadash, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching, enduring truth, sincerity. I have a thumb. You know what I'm saying? Barak la Yillah, Watawab la Yillah, whatever time of day it is for you brothers, or whenever you're watching this. You know what I'm saying? And Shalom.